What's going on, guys? Aero here, and welcome back to another video. Now in today's video, I want to talk to you guys about a potential leak or rumor that's going around about what we could expect as the next new big project in terms of mainline Pokemon games. Now the information in this post is definitely very interesting because it's talking a lot about a direction that the mainline Pokemon games could go, which I feel like a lot of people aren't expecting, and so this might be something that a lot of people just wouldn't think would happen, and that's why it seems like it could be something like that, because we always know that Game Freak loves to come out of left field now and just give us things that we don't expect, like how we thought Pokemon Gray was coming, but then we got Pokemon Black and White 2, and how we thought Pokemon Z was coming, but nope, they just gave us Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, and people were like, okay, we're gonna get Pokemon Eclipse after Pokemon Sun and Moon, but we got Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon instead, so who knows, maybe they are going to go in this really random direction, and this is very interesting stuff, so I really do want to talk to you guys about it and give you guys my thoughts. It's been a while since we talked about like a Pokemon rumor or leak on this channel, and I do kind of miss talking about stuff like that, so maybe I'll make some more videos like this if you guys are interested in it and this video does well. But yeah, let's get started. Now the post that we're looking at in this video is actually claimed to be the same person who leaked a lot of information that ended up all being correct about Pokemon Sword and Shield, which was known as the Ben Affleck leak. Now if you forgot about the Ben Affleck leak or you don't know about it, basically there was a person who used a Ben Affleck picture on 4chan in May of 2019 and leaked a ton of information regarding Sword and Shield, and all of that turned out to be true. He basically talked about Eternatus being the evil legendary, how there's going to be a gym challenge and you're going to need an endorsement, how there's going to be rivals named Hob, Beat, and Marnie, the new mechanic called Dynamaxing and Gigantamaxing, Pokemon like Farfetch getting regional variants. Like, he basically said a ton of stuff about Sword and Shield before we knew anything, and every single thing turned out to be true. And so the leak that we have here is supposedly by the same person. They are using another Ben Affleck picture, but as far as I know, there isn't any way to definitively track and make sure on 4chan if it is the same person. So of course this could just be somebody trying to be like an imposter because they know like the one guy who used the Ben Affleck picture got everything right. So if he does it, then maybe more people will believe him. But I know a lot of people have been talking about this, and I do want to give you guys my thoughts on it. So yeah, let's take a look. Alright, so the first thing that it starts off with is saying, I come again with information concerning the next generation of Pokemon. To start, there will be no Diamond and Pearl remakes. You will understand why as you continue to read. Nintendo and the Pokemon Company are preparing Generation 9 of the main series to be the definitive Pokemon experience for the foreseeable future, with no more mainline titles planned after. While this title will still have a single player story, it is being developed with a heavy emphasis on online multiplayer and continuing a games as service type of model. Think games like Destiny 2 in contrast to a full MMO. So this is obviously starting off with an insane statement right off the bat, so it seems like what he's saying here is that there isn't going to be Diamond and Pearl remakes, which that would be very, very surprising because I feel like so many people have just been asking for Diamond and Pearl remakes for the longest time. They are kind of like the most wanted remakes, I think, out of all of the Pokemon generations. People love the Sinnoh region so much, so I think it would be really sad if they didn't end up getting their remakes. I love the Sinnoh region to death also, so I just feel like it would be really sad if we didn't get the Diamond and Pearl remakes, but I guess we'll understand why as we continue to like look through this. But apparently what they're saying here is that Nintendo and the Pokemon Company are preparing Generation 9 to be like the next new big mainline Pokemon experience, but also one that they want to have for many more years to come. So in my opinion, this could be actually really cool if it's done properly, where if they have a really big Pokemon game for Generation 9, it could very well last for a long time like Nintendo and the Pokemon Company could supposedly be planning. Because right now, it seems like pretty much every single generation of Pokemon lasts 3 years. That's pretty much been the standard for the longest time. I mean, Pokemon Black and White came out in 2010, then we had X and Y come out in 2013, 3-year gap in the middle. Of course, after that, we had Sun and Moon in 2016, which was another 3-year gap, and then last year, Pokemon Sword and Shield in 2019, another 3-year gap. So going by that, it would seem like Generation 9 should come out in 2022, but if we're looking at this, then maybe it could actually be the next new big project. Then he says here that there will not be 2 but 3 versions at launch. Each version not only determines what exclusive Pokemon will be available, but also which starter Pokemon you will receive and in which part of the region you will start your story. So this sounds very, very interesting. Like, if it's going to be such a big region that each version has like a different starting point, this could be a very, very cool type of Pokemon game. Then it says here, the new region is based around the Adriatic and Ionian seas, with both Greek and Roman influences being reflected within it, and it will be completely open world with a free roaming camera like the current wild area. You will be able to challenge the 8 gyms in any order, with the entire game scaling based on how many badges you have. For example, if you fight a gym leader with no badges, he may use a team of 2 Pokemon, while the same gym leader will use a different team of 5 if you have 6 badges. NPCs throughout the region will also have their Pokemon teams and levels scaled based on your number of badges. So this here definitely sounds like the dream type of Pokemon game that everybody has always wanted, but we're always like, this is never gonna happen. I've always been asking for a game like this because I think it would just be so much fun. Just imagine going into a brand new region where it's completely open and you're free to go in any path that you want, any city that you want to visit first, and everything gets scaled depending on how many badges you have. That just sounds so much fun. And so according to this, he's basically saying like if you were challenging Brock, for example, as your first gym leader, he would send out like probably a level 12 Geodude and a level 14 Onix, but if you decide to make him like your 8th gym leader, then by that time he could have like an Aerodactyl, a Golem, a Rhydon, like he would have some really good Pokemon depending on when you decide to challenge him. So every gym leader could have different teams, and that could add so much replay value to this game as well, because now every time you replay the Pokemon game, you would want to go in a different order to try to see which different teams the Pokemon gym leaders would have. It would just be so much fun. And it says here even the trainers would all have their team scaled as well. So if you found like a bug catcher and you found that like very early in the game, maybe that bug catcher would just send out like a level 7 Weedle. But if you decide to challenge this bug catcher after having so many badges, maybe that time instead he'll have like a level 60 Beedrill. It would just be so cool to have a Pokemon game like this because everybody's journey would be so unique. The next thing that it says here is all regions from Kanto to Alola will eventually be available as DLC expansions, with Galar being accessible immediately in the post-game. Sonia will be Galar's professor with Hop as her assistant. Bede, Marnie, Milo, Nessa, Kebu, and Rayhan all return as gym leaders, with Clara and Avery replacing Bia and Gordy/Alistair and Melanie. These 8 can also be challenged in any order. And once again, this definitely sounds too good to be true, but it would just be so cool if it actually happened, where you could have the entire Galar region as like the post game after you're done this new region. You could go back to the Galar region and challenge all of the gym leaders and see how that region has changed, because it says here that we're gonna have Professor Sonia and Hop as an assistant. Like, it would just be so much fun to go and explore and see how that region has changed. And then the part about all the other old regions coming back as DLC expansions, that would just be so amazing if it happened, because it would literally make this like the only Pokemon game that you would need on the Nintendo Switch. After this point, like basically they could just release a brand new region every single year, and they could keep the lifespan for this game going until the Switch dies out even. Like, it could last for like the next 6 to 7 years. And then continuing on his post, he says, like the current generation, not all of the Pokemon will be available at launch, but more Pokemon will be added in each expansion. The first planned expansion is the Sinnoh region, hence the reason that there will not be Diamond and Pearl remakes, and to be honest, I could kind of see that happening. I mean, if we get a new generation with new Pokemon, new characters, a new story, and new locations, of course that's going to be very exciting, but then if right after we get a new expansion that has the Sinnoh region, where I can go back and visit the entire Sinnoh region like this and have an experience like this, that's going to be completely different, and see all of my favorite characters that I love so much, like Cyrus and Cynthia and Mars, then yeah, I'm definitely down for it. Like, I totally don't mind if we don't get Pokemon Diamond and Pearl remakes and we get like something like this instead with the Sinnoh region. It also says here that Mega Evolution, Z-Moves, Dynamaxing, and Gigantamaxing will all return, except Dynamaxing and Gigantamaxing will still only be limited to certain areas and situations, which makes sense because the way that works is like your Pokemon gets so big, obviously you can't just do that on every single route or anything like that. It wouldn't make a lot of sense. So of course I'm sure that will probably still be limited to only in stadiums or very big areas. And so if all of those features came back, I'm sure literally everybody would be happy, because everything that people love would once again be there. The next thing that it says here is the game will feature much more Pokemon Go integration, with the ability to actually move Pokemon back and forth between both games via home for select features. This is still being worked out, but it will be more than just having a Pokemon inside a Pokeball to spin at stops. Now, I personally won't be using all of these features all that much because I don't really play Pokemon Go anymore, but it is really cool if they're trying to do that, which is basically incorporating all of the Pokemon franchises or all of the Pokemon fandoms with like Pokemon Go, the mainline games, and all of that into this next game. And then finally, the last bit of information that it says here is the grass starter will be a pony whose final evolution is a Pegasus, like a Pokemon with a grass and electric typing. The water starter will be a snake whose final evolution is a Hydra, like Pokemon with a water and poison typing. And the fire starter will be a baby eagle whose final evolution is Griffin, like a Pokemon with a fire and flying typing. And then the last thing that it mentions here is the legendary will be a bug and dragon typing, and more information will come soon. So that last part is kind of the only thing that makes me feel like that this could be fake, because how would they already have information about all of the starter Pokemon, the legendaries, the typings, and all of that? I feel like even if Generation 9 would be the next project, I still think it would still be kind of in the early phases of development, especially this year with all of the development schedules kind of being thrown off because of everything going on in the world. So I don't know about that, but I guess we're just gonna have to wait and see. Of course, this is still just a rumor at the end of the day. This stuff could definitely still end up being all fake, but it is something very interesting, and I feel like this is just something that a lot of people have always always wanted in terms of Pokemon, and if they can manage to pull this off, I feel like every Pokemon fan would finally just be so happy if this ends up being the next new project. But yeah, it was just something really fun, and I really wanted to give you guys my thoughts on it. And so there you go, guys. That is the latest leak that we have right now in terms of Pokemon, that the next new mainline project could in fact be Generation 9, with plans of making that be like the next new Pokemon game that lasts for many more years to come instead of the Diamond and Pearl remakes. If you guys enjoyed this video, then please be sure to click that like button and also comment down below. Let me know what you guys think of this. Do you guys think that this could actually happen? Do you think that they could pull it off? Or do you guys think that Diamond and Pearl remakes are going to happen? Definitely be sure to comment down below and let me know. If you're new to this channel, then please be sure to subscribe. I'm definitely going to have some more Pokemon content in the future, so definitely be sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on that. Click on that bell to become a part of the notification squad. Go follow me on Twitter at actual Aero so you can be featured in videos, and also join my Discord server as well. We've got a bunch of people in there who are always talking about Pokemon and Smash Bros and Nintendo, so definitely be sure to join that. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you so much for watching.